What is up, everyone? So I have a rant video for you. Hopefully it won't be too long, but I was just kind of really ticked off Monday because of an item that I really wanted to pre-order. That was a Comic-Con exclusive, thanks to the guys at Hasbro and Hasbro Pulse, who think that we enjoy the hunt of getting an item that is really hard to find and very limited. It really kind of kills the fan base and the joy of collecting. And so, to get into this, you guys understand that I am a G.I. Joe fan. I've been a G.I. Joe fan since birth. It was kind of indoctrinated into me from my dad and my uncle. And I am a big fan of the Marvel comic, the run that Larry Hama did, the first 151 episodes or 55 issues, I believe it is. Yeah. Anyway, so Hasbro decided to sneak peek something that was coming that we'd only seen kind of in the 3.75 modern release, and that is Once Was a Man, Cobra Commander. Now, this is an official release by Hasbro that is part of their classified series. It's really awesome, a must-have piece in any G.I. Joe collector fan, stuff. And I really want this figure for many reasons. Even though I'm a fan of the cartoon, I prefer the storyline of the original comic where Cobra Commander was a used car salesman and his brother died in a car crash that killed Snake Eyes' twin sister and his family. But the Cobra Law thing that we got is okay, and I'm looking forward to the figures. But let me get into this. So anyway, so here is the figure that Hasbro was teasing us with. And I'm going to open the thing over here so I can do the interaction with everything. So you got Cobra Commander in his semi-snake human form with ripped clothes. There you got him in there with his mask as well. Then as you go, you can take off things, make him more snake-like. I once was a man. Anyway, this is fantastic, but it's not something that Hasbro feels that everyone should get, and that's wrong for a toy company that is hurting for numbers with not selling their product. They keep wanting to produce items that are shelf warmers because they feel that these products are things that fans want, but this is what we want, but they don't want to put it on the shelf. This reminds me of the whole Dr. Mindbender figure that I never got, and almost Serpentor and Chuckles, but I got at least those two, but I did not get Dr. Mindbender. I'm still a little angry about that. I don't want to pay a scalper. I want to pay you guys. I don't understand how the fact that you are a company to make money. You want to say that you're doing things for the fans, but what are you doing? No, you're lining the pockets of scalpers, which I have nothing wrong with scalpers. Do your thing, guys, but the business that is Hasbro or some of these other companies should be making products for their consumer base. So I am angry, for one, because I had friends that went to Comic-Con and Hasbro made it really difficult for people to get this stuff. So I couldn't have one of my friends get this for me. And that's annoying. And then on top of that, they tease that on Monday, hey, at this certain time, we're going to have this up for a purchase. Limited quantities, some up for the Pulse premium people, and then the regular consumers. Well, I'm part of the Pulse because I don't want to have to pay shipping. But instead of making it so the fans could get this, they decided to limit 5 per customer. So you make it to where no one's going to get it but the scalpers and bots. And that's bullshit. I'm sorry, but limit it to like 2. Like, I will pay the extra shipping for this figure. But then, so that was the thing. I saw the notice that it was going to go up at 1 p.m. Eastern time. I took a break from my job, sat in the break room, and was on the site. I was like 5 minutes early, and 12 came around my time since I'm in Central Standard Time, and figure's not up on the site. Keep refreshing. It's 12:03. Figure shows up. I literally put it in my cart, go to checkout, processing payment, gets kicked back saying item sold out. So, for one, I'm literally in the process of paying for this, and it sells out. That's unacceptable. Why can't you guys do something very similar to what NECA does with, we have a 3-week window. This gives you time to get the money, order your figure, and not have to worry about it. That way it can still be in limited quantities, but you have an open pre-order, which is, lets you know, the company that's producing this figure, that, hey, this amount of people want this figure. There's a demand for it. So we're going to produce that many. Instead of like, we're only going to do a limited quantity and then we don't care because we're going to get our money. But then why are you just throwing away money? You're throwing away money that could be literally going in your pockets for people that want this stuff. I want to give you money, Hasbro. I want a vamp. I can't get a vamp. You know why? Because it's $200 something right now. I may sound like I'm a whiny person, but you know what? I had life events going on. We had a hurricane down here in Texas. We had a couple other things going on. So I couldn't like spend the $100 when I had to take care of responsibilities. But you guys like haven't decided that you're going to just reproduce this product to put back on shelves somewhere, maybe, like, make toys for kids, produce enough to go out there. But no, you want to produce enough of like Star Wars characters that no one cares about because Disney doesn't know how to like really tell stories, and they just want to speak to an audience that doesn't care, that hasn't been there from the beginning. But I was really, really livid the fact that I couldn't get this figure. The fact that, you have this whole process of him being able to, go from man to snake. But not only that, you can put the snake on roadblock, which I don't know why you chose that roadblock versus, I don't know, the classic looking one, but here they're there. But yeah, so you completely screwed this up. And you guys say that you're for the fans, right? You're for the fans. We want to do this for the fans, but you don't produce enough product for the fans. Maybe I want to buy a couple for my son, or maybe someone who enjoyed G.I. Joe as a kid that's like, man, there's nothing on the shelf for them to see that like maybe plays with their nostalgia, that makes them want to like rekindle that nostalgia and then pass the love of G.I. Joe on to the next generation. So yeah, they're like all over like Facebook and Twitter and social media. People are angry and livid about this. So you guys decide to change it from sold out to back on pre-order. Then you took it off the site, which is another thing. And then it was found out you were going to have this release at 8 in the morning. So yes, luckily I was able to get one, but I wanted to get one for my dad. He's a fan. I played G.I. Joes with him. I have this memory with him, but I can't get him one. It's like, guys, just produce the figures so people will buy it. You guys are hurting money. You're having layoffs. Just produce the figures so people can buy them. Put them in the stores. Stop doing con exclusives. Stop doing store exclusives. If you have the products on the shelf, be like what it was back in the day with Toys R Us, where rows and rows, like what we enjoyed about like figure collecting, so everyone can enjoy it, instead of like these small niche people that can get in there and scout for it. And then those people that are willing to pay those prices for it, hey, you know what? Do what you do. Get your money. But I'm angry because this is the type of thing that makes people get out of collecting. This is the thing that they'll sell their collections. So you went around and did this thing like you're trying to be cool for the fans and stuff and the consumers, but in reality you probably turned off 10% of your consumer base that collects G.I. Joe, because they're getting tired of being screwed by you guys who don't want to have a good rapport with their customer base. They don't, you guys don't understand supply and demand. Like, this stuff is going to sell. And the more that you do and make these great figures that are closer to what we love, the more we're going to want it. I don't know what you guys got to do, but, it's really hard being a G.I. Joe fan. Like, we don't have a cartoon. You guys could, like, I don't know, get some new animators and continue the original cartoon show, and get actors that are close enough to the originals to replace the roles of the original cast. I mean, X-Men 97, that did really well, even though I had problems with that show too. But that's not the point. The guys aren't doing enough to... Eventually your fans are going to die out because you don't have anything out there to keep the longevity of this product going. That's why, Batman, Superman, some of the Marvel superhero characters, they're still on cartoon form. They're still out there, and there's still comics for it. I know there's comics for G.I. Joe, and I'm looking forward to whatever is going to happen with the G.I. Joe Transformers crossover. I'm at least glad that you guys decided to like go in a good direction with the characters, because I'm sorry, G.I. Joe Origins sucked with Snake Eyes Origin. That was awful. Just read the G.I. Joe Classified and make that into the declassified issues that IDW did. Not IDW, it was like Devil's Due, I think. And tell that story. Tell things that we're going to be able to relate to, not this fantastical nonsense. And I don't know. I'm rambling because I'm angry. But guys, you can do better. I know you can. You've been around longer than I've been alive, and just make toys. Put the time and effort to produce stuff that people want. It's like, I don't know how many times like figures would go, like during Christmas and the holidays, we had stuff popping up in Ollie's that we could never find in stores or Ross's. And on top of that, there's stuff that just sits on shelves that, because you produce too much of it, but you don't produce enough of the other stuff. It's like, where's that happy balance? I don't know, but I just wanted to get my thoughts out. I meant to do this yesterday. Actually, I meant to do this on Monday, but I was busy, and then tonight I was busy. But look, I love G.I. Joe, and I don't want to see the brand die. But I want some level of love and care for this product that's been around. As far as the real American hero side of it, like 82? So I was 1 when this came out, or at least the comic. So come on, guys. Just do what's right by the brand and your fans. And then, hey, you know what? You may win over the next generation to be the next fans. But other than that, that's all I got to say. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you actually got a figure out there. I hope you don't have to pay ridiculous prices, because apparently I was seeing prices yesterday of $250 for Once Was a Man Cobra Commander. And that's ridiculous. No one wins with that. No one. And that's my message for tonight. You take care of the fans, they'll take care of you. Don't screw them over. It's not worth it. Because we'll leave. That's it. Until then, everyone, see you later. And have a good one.